Well, today I had one of the most eventful day, amazing day. Today was a revelation. After starting my journey, I the very next day, yeah, I called up my cousin, and we decided that we were going to get together, and it was so amazing because on my day started, I decided to plan that look, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to just have an eventful day. And it's amazing the way you think about yourself and the things you say about yourself and the conversations that you are having with yourself, how truly it manifests itself. So my day started, I went and I picked up my cousin, and we started on this journey. He decided to take me to show me something. He said, "Come, let me show you some things." And we drove for about 3-4 miles, and he took me to this place where he has a number of properties, and what he's going to do. We begin to talk what he's going to do about them, what are his plans, and so forth. And what's the amazing thing? The amazing thing is this: is where he came from and where we came from is nothing less but just humble beginnings. And it is the conversations that you have with yourself will determine who you become or what you behold in the future to come. So let us talk about how we conversate with ourselves. Remember on our first episode, we spoke about changing that mindset of yours. Let's change our mindset. This is all we have. The good books it said that let this mind in Christ be in you. And it's amazing. It may just be just a portion of scripture if you don't sit down to understand what is the mind of Christ. It was so different. But if you studied history, you will understand who was this man that walked the earth that named Christ. He was a disruptor. He came and he walked with a changed mindset. And all he did, he taught people to change their mindset because they were in a system where their mind had them enclosed, more like their mind had them enslaved. And they were at a point where they were fed up, they were disgusted, and they were looking for a savior. And here comes that man that is called Jesus, walked through history, and he captured the attention of people because what? He came with the thought, he came with the concept that a changed mindset will bring about a changed destiny. And my cousin and I, we were talking, we were reminiscing about some of the old days, and I remember that talking to him. I remember in the old days, young, when we were growing up, we used to travel all the way across to where they live. And my aunt, she was really nice, really wonderful person. She always had these loads of children around her, and it was as though this was her obligation to just take care of them. And I remembered, and I was telling my cousin how we used to come and we used to look forward for these nice little cakes, these cakes that my aunt used to bake, and it was baked in what you call a mud oven. These old days, there wasn't this modern type of oven where you just put in gas or you turn on electric and everything just heats up. This was this kind of oven. This was made out of dirt, and It was made out of coal, and it was so amazing. We were looking forward for that, and that was our reality of happiness and our reality of fulfillment in spaces of time. And our conversation went on to see how realities have changed, and how much we are the recipients of change. And you know what? The thing is that we are now in that place that we are called now to be the agents of change. What are we going to do with this role and this responsibility that we have now to become that change? It all started with changing our mindset. And I remembered, as we were talking, I remembered that where we all came from, where they came from, and when there was nothing, there was even barely a property to live in, and then here it is that how many 4 decades after, here it is that he's showing me these are what he has acquired over the process of time. And we begin to talk about, how did you acquire this? From coming from nothing, zero zip, to now something that you can talk about, where now the conversation now is, how do I leave this for my generation? The conversation now is, how do I leave a legacy for those that I'm responsible for, that for those that I have become that agent of change for? And that's the different conversation. And it is so amazing how life can take us from one phase to the other, where it was total uncertainty, and it looked like it was there was so much of lacking, that the impossibilities were not our reality. And you know what? There was one thing that my cousin said to me. He said, when I was young, since around 7, 8 years old, I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted to become a homeowner. This was a little guy who had this ambition, who barely had a place to live. And here it is, his dream, his mind was not in the space of his present, or his present reality. His mind was in a place of endless possibilities. And it is so amazing when you understand the power of a change mindset. Now he's saying today, here it is, I wanted to own 8 homes or 8 houses, but look, here the reality, I have 8 apartments, and I am the owner of 8 apartments, and even more to come. Which that's even saying that even the endless possibilities, there are times when we bring our current reality and we limit it, and we limit ourselves. So here it is, he's having 8, and there is this vast possibility of an expansion of beyond what he can see. And thinking of all of this, looking at the journey in which we are on, we can see how we play a vital role in this journey. And we begin to go to other places and look at some sites. And I remember later we walked, we drove, and we went to a place I've never been before. And he said, let me show you. And we went. It's a long road we drove, and there's this creek, this kind of riverside, and he said people come here to camp out, and when you look, you will see this nice black water and this vast land behind the waters there, and such a beautiful scenery, very, very beautiful scenery. And when you look and you see beyond there, it's as though there is the reality of a possibility that goes way beyond what you can see. And because I've never thought that looking from the distance, that this is what is there beyond. It looked like a beautiful savannah that is there beyond a lake, a huge lake, and many people go there to camp out. And we continue to have this wonderful conversation, and I remember the conversation continued. We begin to talk about what are the possibilities even for our people. And I'm saying our people in the place in where we live. Now, we're in a land where there is so much of vast possibilities. The common denominator, the thing that we came up with, is this: people are not willing to change, and people are not willing to make the necessary sacrifice to live a life that goes beyond their current circumstances. This is why I've been calling out. This is why I'm on this journey, for us to make this kind of a change. Let us start with our mindset. Let there be a shifting in our minds that we can see beyond the very realities that we live. You know, the conversation with the people around us matters. And why am I saying this? I remembered that I've said that, look, I'm going to start this journey of being consistent and progressive with change, because this is the only way that I can achieve the dreams that I have. It has to start with a change mindset, and it has to continue with the reality of progressively moving forward. And what does progressively moving forward means? It just means that you set things to do, and that are developing you as an individual, and you go out and take action on it. That's just simply what it means. You go out and you take action on it. And I remember talking to another cousin, and we talk about how do we develop ourselves? How do we build ourselves? How do we grow and cause the things around us to be of use to us, rather than laying around? I said it's the very little steps that we take that will bring about that change, and we have to be consistent and persistent about it. So here's what I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell myself that this is what I will do. And one of the things that I said, and I made this confession, that every single day I will do a video, I will do a session, I will comment and have this conversation with our people who are ready to be on this journey, where we're about to change, first of all, the things that we say about ourselves that has kept us down, and then to change, be of that influence, to change the environment in which we live, and bring about the change mindset in the people in which we associate with. And we will see a change in our state, and we will see growth and development, just like the experience that I had with my cousin that I shared there earlier. And I'm talking to this other cousin, and I said, every day I'm going to do this. And when I came back home from that journey today, I was tired, I was exhausted, and I remembered I said, look man, let me just go. I would just take rest, a nap, and I'll get up, because I knew that I had to make this video. I had to do it because I give myself a commitment. I made a commitment to myself, and I announced it. And I'm there sleeping, lying there, and then my phone rang. And it's my cousin. She called me, and this is around 12, just around 12:30, somewhere around there, midnight. And I jump up and we begin to have a conversation, and so. But the essence of this is this: I told myself that I'm going to make this video. I'm not going to allow the day to pass without me making the video, without coming out and talking and sharing and joining with all you lovely folks out there, that so that we can be the instruments of change. And you know what? God woke me up through my cousin. You speak it out there, and it just so happened that I'm up, I'm able to do the video, I'm able to come and have this beautiful discussion. Let us continue to be that instrument of change. And if you like what you've seen, like this video and share it as well. You see, by liking this video and share it, you are sharing the very things that we are doing. And here's this nugget: don't let the negative conversations that you've been having with yourself determine what you become. Because it's the things that you say about yourself are the things that has become your reality. I'll give you a little experiment. Why you don't think on the things that are negative or that are not. And here's the experience. Just this little experience. You go on this journey that you want to stop eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you're telling yourself that I'm going to be disciplined. You love the KFC, the KFC, and telling yourself, I'm just going to be disciplined. But do this experiment. Close your eyes and said, I don't want to see Kentucky Fried Chicken again. Just open your eyes. What do you see? I bet you see that big bowl of red bucket of KFC fried chicken, the tongue that marks Kentucky Fried Chicken. What is the experience? What am I saying here? Why do we did this experience? And here's the thought: the things that you think upon are the things you continuously and consistently attract in your mind, and your body is pushed towards that. The good book says something: whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are holy, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are of good report, think on these things. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Because I was talking to my cousin, and she said this. She said, there's some things that sometimes I don't know what holds me back. I have all of this inside of me. I have things to do, but something holds me back. I want to say that it's not uncommon. This is common to all man. And the good book also said something. There are some things inside of me that I want to do that I'm not doing. And the things that I ought to do, I am not doing. The things that I ought not to do, I find myself doing. And here Paul said again, nevertheless, not I, but Christ that live inside of me. Now, again, the focus was on the inside. What is on the inside of you? I began to tell my cousin, look what's on the inside of you and see how can you affect the change on the outside and not what has caused you to not do what you wanted to do, what you have set out to do. Not look at all the external factors, because this is our reality. It is that we are so caught up with all of the issues of life that all the things that we want to do, we are affected by the things that we are confronted with continuously on a daily basis. We are hit with Facebook, we're hit with Instagram, we got a phone call, some thought came in, a movie, and all of these things are external factors that cause us not to do what we plan to do. And mind you me, there are indeed some things that we definitely have to adapt to, so that our days could be accomplished. There's some things that comes up impromptu, and we have to do that. Now, and I said to my cousin, I said this, what is important is the activity that we set out to do, and how do we measure that at the end of our day, and not so much the time that we spend, but more so the activity that we accomplish in our day. But it starts all from on the inside. That even if we had a moment where we had to impromptually move aside from something we had planned, we still have that activity to do in that day, and we can get it done. This is a wonderful journey that we're on, and we have so much to go, so much to do, so far to go. And like this video, put a thumbs up and share this video if you believe that this is a journey that will take us to the next level.